Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today isn't going to be the epic motorcycle ride I wish I was doing, or even race prepping the monkey, because you can probably see some massive knobbly tyres on there, for the upcoming Malle mile. The problem is, I'm not going to camp. I'm going to be taking the Monkey Cycle camper van Mark III. But there's a problem. So, as always, let's cue the intro. So I'm in the Monkey Cycle camper van because it's got a few problems, but worst of all is it's due an MOT tomorrow and it ain't going to pass, because when I bought this I took out a loan because I wanted to get myself a really good one, and we knew that there was a problem with the ramp and I still need to get that sorted. Someone is coming on Wednesday, but we didn't know that the person that we bought it off massively bodged the rear suspension. I'll go into some more detail when I get to my sort of mechanic stroke, the Sidekick, where I'm going to lord it over and tell him what to do, or I just basically sit there and chill out. But because he's given up not just his day, but probably most of his weekend trying to get this sorted with me, obviously I need to bribe him properly. So I'm going to buy him a posh breakfast, lots of it, so he's got all the energy that he needs to get this sorted. But to be honest, I'd rather be out riding my bike, having a crazy adventure, or even finishing the race prep on the Honda Monkey bike. Something more that way. But today is a day where we need to get this sorted. So let me go and get him the best breakfast in the world, and let's get this van sorted. So I'm not sure if you can hear part of the suspension problem in the back, but as I'm going down the road, the van is going bang, 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 because basically the guy that we bought it from bodged the suspension, because being an ambulance it's supposed to have air suspension in the back of this, and they're quite expensive to replace when the bags go wrong. You probably look at 500 quid kind of money just for the bag. So instead of fixing it or replacing the pump if that went, what he did was he took that out, he put in springs, he tied the plastic, so he tied the metal cups on the top and put them in. So that's resting on them. So as you're going down the road, it's going bang, 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 bang. It's awful, and obviously it affects the ride of the vehicle and wouldn't pass an MOT. So the problem of it is now, obviously, we've got to put full leaf suspension, like proper van suspension, on the back, because we don't want to, like, obviously spend loads of money, probably £1,000, say, to get a pump, what they've obviously ripped out of this vehicle, and also get the air sort of springs, but they're called air springs, airbags that they go in the back. So what I did yesterday is I went all the way to a really dodgy scrapyard, and I mean really dodgy. They're all literally loads of foreign people sitting around drinking beer, stripping parts off cars, and I paid them for basically the whole rear end of one of these. So that's all in the back of the light as well. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, I'm off to get the best breakfast in the world, and to be quite honest, I'm starving. And the problem is, when you're starving, you kind of over order. So let's see what we get. So of course, breakfast of choice, and I think I might have ordered a bit too much. 8 meals, 2 men. It's about right, isn't it? How was your McDonald's?
Very good, yeah. That kept me going for a little while.
It was a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah. Very good of you to give me yours as well.
I kind of like ordered that much that I now need a poo.
Yeah, that'll keep me going for a little bit.
You not got a McDonald's belly, and then you have it all the time.
Well, you know I get hungry, don't you? So that's going to keep me going for a little while.
To be fair, you're quite cheerful this morning. Even as soon as you ate it, you jumped straight on this. There was no messing around.
We've got to get on it, haven't we?
Sounds healthy, doesn't it? So I've already sort of explained-ish, but I went to a really dodgy place and bought the full leaf springs. I've kind of explained that obviously they're on half and they're knackered already.
Facebook Marketplace, where you buy all the dodgy stuff from.
Well, you arranged it. When I turned up, I was like, yeah. I rang you up and I was like, I think this place is really dodge. It was scary. But anyway, we've got those bits now. We've got the handbrake cables as well. That's another thing with the van. The handbrake doesn't work at all. On the way over, a bulb's just gone out, so I'll have the executive job of replacing the bulb because I'm very technical. What else do I do? Oil, filter.
Just try and get it MOT ready, haven't we?
Basically, yeah. And then we've got a guy coming to look at a ramp, and the ramp falls off on the back. But you know a man who knows a man that hopefully who's a professional, is going to
come and have a look, see what he can do with it.
Hopefully fabricate the rear bit on the ramp, because if we look at the ramp at the back, all round here, where the ramp goes in, you see it's not lined up, but it's all rotten. So it literally, this just falls straight off. You're going to show him, aren't you?
So you open the doors up, like this, and
you should just pull on that and it should just come out, because obviously they've disconnected the electric side of it. And then that happens. So we're getting that sorted as well. So that will be refabricated. It's rotten a little bit underneath here as well. So we're going to get that done. So we've got quite a bit going on.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah.
How long have we got till we go?
Well, we've got tomorrow to get this MOT'd. Then we're only a couple of weeks away now, aren't we, from actually racing. And you've got to race prep the Vespa. Yep. I've got to do a little bit to the Monkey, but I've pretty much done it all already. Actually, let's have a quick look at what you've got for the Vespa. Look, it looks very, very empty in here. And then, look, knobblies.
So these, obviously, anybody that watched the Strada Florida video, if you've not, go back and watch it because it's really funny. I put these on, and they didn't fit. The front wheel rubbed, the back one didn't. I had to change it last minute. So now I've bought these from Italy.
From the Italians.
From the Italians.
When they were drinking lots of wine and they made this for you.
They finished the pizza off, and then they, because obviously they do lots on Vespas out there, these will fit without rubbing.
So you're going to have knobblies on it?
Knobblies.
What else are you doing?
Secret at the minute.
Ooh.
I'll just give it a little service and just do a couple of little tweaks here and there, just to try and see if we can make it go a bit faster.
Dude, the thing of it is, look, most expensive thing on the entire bike. We've got to decide, haven't we, if we are going to be against each other, or for once in our lives, put both noggins together and actually race cleverly, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because we can either go against each other every time we set off on the course, because these races we're doing like a knockout, or we could work together, pick the fattest person on the rubbishiest bike and make sure that we're alongside them when we race and go as far as we possibly can.
We're going to have to, when we go, we're going to have a bit of a watch beforehand, aren't we? And
got to figure this out.
Come up with a race plan. But I dare say no matter what happens, we'll set off with good intentions, but it will just end up being carnage. Try to knock each other off the bikes, probably.
Well, I'm not saying that I'd hurt you in any way whatsoever, but if you need a man hug if you fall off, I'm your man. We've already come across our first problem. So I'm actually walking from the Sidekicks to mine. That's like 10 million miles. I was thinking about running. Then I realised how wrong that would be. And of course, I'm not out of breath just walking at all in any way either. But he hasn't got all the specialised tools like me, being a professional mechanic, engineer, stroke genius. So I'm going to go back and grab some tools from mine so we can get on with the job. But we've also come across a missing part, and I kid you not, it's not got the anti-roll bars on the actual van. They're missing. So I've had to shop around. We can't get them today, so I've had to order them for express delivery, again at stupid money, to hopefully get it here in the morning so we can put it on and hopefully get it done before the MOT is done. But it'll be what it'll be. If we have to move the MOT, we have to move the MOT. Anyway, yeah, enjoying a beautiful walk in a country thing. And a part of my sort of strategy is the longer this takes me, because he did offer to lend me the Vespa, and I was like, no, I could do with walking and exercise and, you know, being one with nature. But the funny thing of it is, the longer this takes, the more work he would have done, the less he's going to ask me to help. You know what I mean? When you're clever, engineering brain, you sit back, take time, get other people to do it. Anyway, let's go and pick up these tools that he doesn't have, and I do, by the way, and take them back. So I've walked all the way back. I don't think I've even got the tool that we need. Oh, so I'm going to have to go all the way back yet again. But I'll ring him to see if there's anything else he does need while I'm here. I swear I've got one, but you know when you just can't find one and your toolbox is a complete mess, then you sort of go, I should be a little bit better organised.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. You know that tool that I was taking the piss you didn't have? I've got some. I just don't think I've got one that's big enough. They're all quite small.
So you're saying the tool's not big enough?
I mean, well, yeah, it's tiny. But I mean, tiny one will do the job, but if it was a tiny hole, but it's a big hole, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Well, that's not important at the minute. We've got bigger problems.
What do you mean we've got bigger problems? You're not broken it?
I've just taken the rear disc off to sort out the handbrake cables, start taking those off.
Yeah.
And on the back of the discs, there is actually, behind the discs, there's some brake shoes that open up into the discs for the handbrake.
Right.
On one side, they have been removed, and bits have been left in there, and it's gone round and mullered all the inside of everything. And on the other side, half the brake shoes missing, and that's not good. So we need some more parts.
So we need to go back to the dodgy man who drinks beer that's probably dealing with knockoff vehicles and get more parts.
Probably, yeah. I've dropped him a message to see if he's working, so I'm just waiting to hear back what's going on.
Right, I'll run back then.
Can you run that far?
Well, I'll say run, but I'll take a steady stroll, but you'll think I've run because I'll be sweaty by the time I arrive.
Jump in your car.
Is there anything else you need?
Well, not at the minute, no.
No. Alright then, I'll do that then.
Alright, see you in a minute.
Alright mate, bye-bye.
Bye.
Now the thing is, it is actually getting really expensive. I spent 200 quid yesterday, another 50 quid ordering parts, plus need to buy tools, plus I bought obviously the oil, the cables. Yeah, and I'm running out of money to be completely honest. But anyway, we need to get it done. So yeah, here we go again. Off in it, against the clock. Yeah, just a normal day in the helmet head lifestyle. Do you reckon we could once just buy something that is not an absolute nightmare?
Be a bit boring, wouldn't it?
It would be, but
It'd make life easy, wouldn't it?
it's just like yesterday I went to like I said, somewhere dodgy. Today we're trying to find another place that's dodgy that we can get more
Look at
stuff
this side
from.
first.
This is just this is getting expensive.
So it's supposed to have
yeah.
the brake shoes, catching the discs to operate the handbrake. I mean, half of that's missing anyway, so it's not great. So then when we look around on the other side,
They've done a proper bodge job, hasn't he? So it sort of puts something together and then
so that was just rattling around inside there.
that's completely gone.
There's nothing. So obviously all this is all mullered. That's the
reason why the
ABS.
ABS problems, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we did a good buy, didn't we? Oh, mate. That there is the rear suspension that got took off, as you can see. This is how much she bodged it. Plastic tie top on, that's what's been banging down the road. But Darren's managed to sort us out another rear axle. But we've got we hope that will fit maybe, because they come in two different wheel sizes, but it's all the way in Coventry. So now we're going to jump in the van and go away to Coventry to get it, and we get back. And Darren's words were, when we get back, you're going to actually have to help me do this. So yeah, we're going to jump on it. So road trip
involved. It's a great day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting expensive, but let's keep going. Right, we just got back from Coventry. We've just picked up the axle. We've got to take off the rear discs. Got to make sure that it's all good now. Take the calipers off as well. Ideally, we're going to bolt the leaf springs on.
Yeah, we're going to bolt the leaf springs onto this axle ready. So hopefully we'll be able to drop that axle out with the old leaf springs on. Bolt this axle in with the new leaf springs on, and then we'll put your calipers and discs on this. But yeah, that was a bit of entertainment, wasn't it? Another dodgy backstreet place in the middle of nowhere.
And we hope that this is alright. Well, that's what we're hoping for, aren't we? We're going to find out in a minute when we take off the discs.
It's got to be alright now, we've got no choice, have we?
And how long is this going to take?
5 minutes.
5 hours then, here we go. So,
Yeah.
I kind of done a little bit. We've dropped off the rear axle, We've got the other axle out. I've took the bolts out, kind of half prepped it. Some bits I couldn't do by myself. I need your help, but just saying. And now we've got to put that in, put the leaf springs on it. But we're about halfway.
Yeah, we're at the halfway mark. Fingers crossed it goes a bit easier now, because everything that's wrong, now hopefully we've got all the bits to put it right. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, it's now what, 4 o'clock something. We started at 9 o'clock this morning, and all we've managed to do so far is take it out. So hopefully this next bit goes a bit quicker.
If not, it's going to live on your drive for a week. Then we'll have to rebook the MOT.
It's short, isn't it?
A good point.
We could always set fire to it, couldn't we?
Yeah, I know Dave. Dave, you know Dave. We'll just get Dave to do it.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, I'm going to get another beer while you're busy working.
Yeah.
So we've actually been on this for 12 hours now, and a few things have gone wrong. We haven't got the right socket for the hub because it's actually different for the axle that we've put on the back. So we're going to call it a night tonight, hopefully pick up the right socket that we need, and hopefully get the hub changed, and hopefully finish this van off for tomorrow morning. That's now the current plan. Well, it's now the next day, and do you know what? To be completely honest, I feel a little bit knackered from it. I was hoping that we'd have that done, but it's a new day. The Sidekick has spent pretty much most of his morning running around trying to get the tools that we need to get this done. He's just got back, so I'm going to head over and hopefully get the van so we can at least drive it and test out this leaf suspension. We've moved the MOT as well because there's just no way we're going to get it done in time. But hopefully today will be that day that at least we get the van back on the road to make sure that it's working, because it runs out of MOT, like I keep saying, so it's got to be done. It's just, you know what it's like when you just keep hacking away at something and it just keeps and keeps going wrong, and you have to keep running out to get bits. And there's a reason why I gave up mechanics, and literally this is it, because it's an absolute pain up the butt. But anyway, let's go around. Let's finally get this van sorted. So the Sidekick has gone round and sorted us out a massive socket because we didn't have the right size. It's basically the size of Hercules' balls, but it's a pain in it because you've got to try and get this off and then change the whole hub.
When we bought this axle, we asked him, does this take 16-inch wheels? And the guy said yes, but what we found out last thing yesterday was it doesn't. So now we've got to take the actual hub off and swap it with the old axle, but this is like the biggest nut in the world, so I had to message a few friends last night, and luckily one of them came up and brought us a socket that fits it. So now as long as all the other bits we've got to do, we've now got to take these hubs over and swap the hubs over with the original axle, so it's just turned into an absolute shit show.
Yeah, hasn't it? It's been a nightmare. And we've also now got to find the fattest person in the world because of the torque of this. It is unbelievable. So we're going to have to get them to bounce up and down on the end of the socket.
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? We've got to try and undo this nut, which they say is...
And the other one off the old one.
Yeah, which is now off the vehicle as well, so we've got no way of holding it when we're trying to do it, so that's going to be fun.
It's going to be good. Anyway, let's make a bad day worse and probably break a few things. So this is the moment where we either snap our torque wrench or not.
Ridiculously long bar.
A big bit of scaffolding over it. Go on. Oh. And he did it. Yes! Were you a little bit nervous it was going to snap then?
Yeah. So it's not the biggest breaker bar, is it? It's not designed to have 6-foot pole put on it.
No, and to be honest, you're lucky that you've got a bit of scaffolding to put over it as well, because I don't think we would have got that off between us.
No.
Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, man. As we need the hub off of it, when we've got all that torque, we've got to get to take the nut off of the old ones now to put onto the, say, new ones, the new used ones. Darren's got an idea of driving over this to hold it in place, because we physically can't hold it. So it's either going to go wrong or not. Nah. Expertly making sure he can do it here. So forwards didn't work, so we're now going to try backwards. Okay, again. Whoa. That looks like... No. Let's see if he can get onto it. I think it's just pushing it. I think it's just on it. I think it's just pushing it.
Yeah.
It's quite on though.
No, I want to get on it.
No, that's on. Look, that's not going anywhere. Take that one off.
No, I think it's spin. Try it.
Got to give it a try.
I think it needs to be on it.
At the end of the day, mate, what can go wrong?
You stand there with your foot there, wedge it, and reverse onto it.
That sounds like a good idea. Not dangerous at all in any way.
You've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you?
Yeah. 100%.
Obviously, if we were in a workshop and had a ramp and all the kit, we'd just buzz this off with an impact gun, wouldn't we? But
should have said, mate, I would have hired you one.
adapt and overcome.
Adapt and overcome.
Yeah.
Here we go. See how this works out.
I'm not convinced.
No, it's going. You were right, I was wrong. Next. Okay, brace myself. That's it. Yes, we did it. Do you reckon that's because I've got really strong legs? Like really muscly? Because I'm fat? That's nice, isn't it? Rude as always, rude as always. You've had your Weetabix, right?
3 of them.
Here we go. Oops.
Shit.
That's not good. You got a spare?
Nope, not here.
I have. Alright, I'll go for a walk then. Okay, back to mine again for more bits. Yeah, that didn't go according to plan. I don't think he's very happy. He's just broke his wrench. Oops. Anyway, another 5 miles of walking. Let's get my bad boys. Right, back in the Helmet Heads garage. I'm back and getting mine. Let's see if we can get back and get this off. And this time, I'm going to drive around in case I have to come back and get anything else. Right, so take 2 of trying to get this off. Fingers crossed we don't break this one. That's gonna snap. And that's snapping. Oh, so the Sidekick, Darren's had to go and get another breaker bar because obviously I've brought round what I had, what's basically torque wrenches that have served me well for years, but we've broke those 2, so we've broke 3 things now. So he's now going to where he works to go and get the breaker bar there that apparently is virtually the same as the first one. So we probably snap that, but it leaves me nothing left to do but sit here and wait, and obviously look like I've been doing loads of work. Yeah. So here we go with attempt 4 of trying to take this nut off. This is going to be good. That before then.
Fucking hell, that's tight.
We've got no more left.
No.
So I've just been to Halfords and bought the most overpriced, expensive breaker bar possible. The Sidekick is going to heat that up, hopefully freeing it, and then hopefully we're going to get it off, because other than that, we're screwed.
It's going. It's going. Ah.
Come on, do it again. Do it again. Look.
Here we go. Yes.
Dude. This is the moment. The only thing is we've got to get the other side off as well yet.
Yeah, well.
Oh, if you...
How many bars is that? 3, 4?
That's our 5th. Yeah.
Not that we're looking unprofessional or anything now, are we?
Well, I think, to be fair though, whoever's tightened that up, He-Man, I mean, you're Hercules at the minute, but like he had the power of Grey Skull or something, because that's ridiculous.
That was obviously done with the biggest air ratchet you could ever get, I think.
Anyway, after spending that much money on a breaker bar, I'm going to go to the loo and drink another beer. So that's it now on the van, that's one side done. We cannot snap another 5 on the other side. I'll be bankrupt if I have to keep going back and buying more breaker bars.
Well, we'll drive the van off for that, and we'll spin it round and we'll let the shit show continue.
We're doing well, aren't we, here?
No.
You know, I would say like I'll do 11 out of 10 job, but to be fair, at the minute, I just think any job at the minute to get this done is enough.
I feel like banging my head against that wall.
Oh man. So the plan now is to move the van onto the other side and take the last one off. We're trying to think positive thoughts. I've been teaching the Sidekick woosa. Say woosa.
Woosa.
Fingers crossed this is gonna it's not gonna snap and we get the last one off, because if we do, we're on a home run. Sit.
Yes. Yes.
You happy?
Get me that beer open.
I'm opening you a beer, man.
Beer.
You're getting a beer. Pip, can you get your dad a beer?
Yeah.
See, this is how all kids should be trained.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pip.
It's alright.
So after 2 days of trying to get that to be fixed for its MOT, we went to 2 breakers yards. We broke loads of breaker bars, a lot of huffing and puffing, but the last wheel's going on around the other side, and then we're going to take it for a test drive and hope that it's done and there's nothing we've missed and it doesn't fall apart, and then she'll be good for her MOT. So let's put her on the road and let's see if the Sidekick's hard work and my drinking beer has made this happen. So this is it. This is the test drive to see if what we've done has worked. Are you confident, Pip?
No.
Are you confident?
Of course I am.
Let's hope this works. There's loads of junk in the back, so we might hear that banging around, but we'll know the difference. Let's see if we can get down the road. Here we go, we're on the road. There is no banging. No. That is so much better and smooth. The brakes work. Yes, they do. Well, I think that's 2 days. Hard work, well done. Next, coming up on the channel, we're going to be putting on some knobblies onto the monkey bike. We're going to be race prepping them, getting ready for the Malle mile. So we'll see you in the next crazy episode on this channel. Bye bye for now.